Hi, this is Chantel Girardi from Online Business Marketing, and today we're going to be talking about mastering your content marketing consistency. So mastering your content marketing consistency, a lot of MCMCs there. And I'm going to share the 21 content ideas to gain trust over your competitors. Our live audience will get the benefit of that. The rest of you will be able to go and download it, and I will put that link in the show notes. So when it comes to marketing your business online, everything that you do or don't do matters. And the consistency of that matters most. At the end of the day, it's absolutely cutthroat out there. Your customers get to choose from a wide array of different products and services, and a lot of your competitors are that, and they get to choose where they spend their money. So consistency breeds familiarity breeds trust. By consistently meeting expectations and staying true to your values, you earn the trust of your audience and you gain a competitive edge. For me, it's just about you become memorable. You become the go-to and you become memorable. So when someone's looking for something, they go, you know what? Remember that person I saw who said this about that? I want to reach out to them. So particularly, I find I tend to work with mostly purpose-driven entrepreneurs and innovators who like to either do their own marketing themselves or else manage a small house marketing team, an in-house marketing team. And consistency is an absolute game changer, but of course we don't want to spend our life online because that would be soul destroying. So we're going to have a look today at how you can stay consistent online, types of things that you can do, and why it is super important. So studies have shown that businesses with a consistent online branding will have substantial revenue boost of up to 23%. So again, I always like to say, do you want that extra 23% or do you want to give that 23% to somebody else? Again, those who maintain consistent communication with their audience outperform their competitors 3.5 times. So whatever sales your competitors are doing, if you are consistently communicating online with your audience, you can beat them by 3.5%. Which is absolutely awesome. All right, so at the end of the day, we're online and we are inundated by ads, we are inundated by content, we're inundated by people that are putting content in front of us. So we want to make sure that our content is not meaningless. We want to make sure that it does not fail to capture the attention of everyone else, that it does not alienate your audience, and it doesn't damage the reputation of your brand. Valuable, relevant content is a powerful tool for building trust and engagement and drives meaningful connections with your audience. It's very important that it adds genuine value to them. And why I say genuine is because sometimes the value that we put out is value for us. It's not value for them. We really have to understand the pain points of our ideal customer so that the content that we create is genuinely valuable to them. They're looking for it. They want to read it. They want to stop scrolling. They want to have a look at it. So whether or not it is informative articles, helpful tutorials, inspiring stories, content that educates, entertains, or solves a problem, at the end of the day, you've got to make sure that you are speaking to their pain points and you're answering their questions, and that you position yourself as a trusted resource. So you become the go-to person for that, therefore gaining credibility inside your industry. I always say, ask yourself the question and answer this in your content. What's in it for them? Because that's what they're thinking. When they stop to read it, they go, what's in it for me? So this means your content needs to be personalized. It needs to be customized. It cannot be fluffy. It cannot be general. It can't speak to the masses. It needs to specifically target and speak to a specific niche audience that you understand and want to help for. It has to speak directly to their needs, their interests, their wants, and their preferences. It means that you have to tailor your content specifically to the audience and their current trends, pain points of what they're going through right now. Has to handle their concerns and their aspirations. And that then will help you to strengthen the relationship with them. If you fail to engage your audience, or you start to do clickbait, so trickery. Clickbait is just trickery when you try to engage them by using trick tactics. or your promotional material becomes shallow. As I said, I like the word fluffy. If it becomes irrelevant to them and it fails to actually give them any value, it'll drive away potential customers. They'll stop clicking on your content. They'll stop looking at your content, and you'll start irritating them, and you'll fade into the background rather than the forefront. So we've got to make sure that it resonates with them. It cuts through the noise. It captures their attention, and it forges a genuine relationship with them. It has to entertain them. It has to inform them. It has to inspire them. And it doesn't need to do that for everyone. I think this is what happens. And people go, I just want to capture the masses. And it's not about that. I would rather you qualify and disqualify people in your content so that therefore you become truly known in that one space. So when it comes to the ideal frequency, inconsistency, because people go, well, what's consistent? Is that I consistently post once a month? What is consistency in your marketing? Well, it comes down to your industry, and it comes down to your target audience, and it comes down to the platform that you're using. So, if we know that people are checking Facebook 8 times a day and you're posting content once a month, you've got very little chance of them ever coming up in front of their faces. So we have to consider their consuming rates, but also the way the platforms like to be used. So it's not about your consistency, it's about their consistency. We don't want to overwhelm the audience, and we don't want to upset the algorithms by putting too much on there and annoying people. But we want to make sure that we maintain a regular posting schedule that is enjoyable and it is greatly accepted by your audience. So, for example, something like Instagram and Facebook twice a day would seem absolutely acceptable to do, where something like Twitter, it would be multiple times a day because they tweets and it's multiple, it's chitter chatter all the time. LinkedIn, some people only check LinkedIn maybe twice a week, which means you can post less frequently because you've got more chance of being in front of their eyes. When it comes to email newsletters, for example, if you're looking at an education or coaching type business, it's expected to be once a week, twice a week even. But when it comes to a service-based business like pool lighting, people don't need that amount of education, information, and inspiration. So therefore, a fortnightly newsletter or a monthly newsletter would suffice, as opposed to a more frequent one. At the end of the day, as long as it's informative and educational, people will happily continue to open and read your content. The only way to know that is to review analytics. So many people don't go in and have a look at their social media or email marketing analytics. Have a look at the click-through rates, have a look at the open rates, have a look at the demographic, and go, is this content working? Is it the right audience, the right content, and are they continuing to open my emails? So the way to do that is firstly understand what your brand is online. So if you haven't already, go and have a look at the branding archetype. And on there's 12 branding archetypes. From there, you can determine the tone, the feel of the brand and your online voice that you're wanting to have, so that you have this tone, this voice, this feel of how you want to be perceived online. So whatever that looks like with your branding playbook, it can be colors and fonts, of course, but it needs to be key messages, mission statements as well. Number 2 is mapping out your campaign calendar, which we did in our previous session. We mapped out the annual campaigns that we're going to do according to our industry and the seasons that we have. Content now that we're doing is what is the content that we have to promote and continually and consistently provide in order to support the campaign plan to build that know, like, and trust. We then got to empower the person who's managing that content. Okay, those that are in our live audience today, they're empowering themselves with skills in order to be better in their content marketing. You cannot expect somebody, just because they know how to post what they ate for breakfast and what they drank on the weekend and where they went or what they did, you cannot expect a person who uses social media to be good at content marketing and lead or sales generation just because they use the platform. It's a completely different skill set. So encourage, if it's you running your social media, that you invest in your skills. And for those of you who've got team that are managing your social medias, it is an ongoing thing that you have to continually learn how to do. And number 4 is market research. At the end of the day, you've got to know what your competitors are doing, not so that you can copy them, so that you can go out and differentiate yourself from them. What is it that you do that's better, that people can go to you for, so that you become known for? Because we're all special, but how do we effectively communicate that through our content? So skill enhancement is going to help you improve in the efficiency of how you do things. When I went on a cruise recently, and we were having dinner, as we were ordering our food, I would whip up a reel. And I had 2 other business owners that were sitting at the table with me, and they were like, oh my gosh, Chantel, it takes me about an hour or 2 to whip up a reel. And I said, well, it only takes me, watch this, 5 minutes to do a reel. And I think my reels were getting about 1,000 watches. And they were like, why? And I said, well, practice makes perfect, but I also know what I'm doing. So during the course of the day, I was taking short videos of things that were relevant to my strategy and my content plan. I edited the videos inside my album so that they would already be edited, so I didn't need to edit them in reels. So when I sat at the table, I could just go multiple select, add. It automatically puts out some music. You can still change the music. You can still edit it a little bit. It was literally taking me 5 minutes. But because I had the skills and I had the overall strategy, during the course of the day, I was doing videos that were in alignment with my strategy. It was that easy for me to sit down and create it in 5 minutes. And you can too. You just got to work on your skill enhancement. So highly skilled marketers are 48% more likely to lead the market. Okay, so you unskilled or you highly skilled, if you're highly skilled, you are 48% more likely to lead in the market. That is huge. So consistency is the bedrock for success. And by mastering consistency, refining your skills, and implementing practical methods, you'll be able to elevate your brand online, especially in a crowded marketplace where people are scrolling, and you have to now stand out. So for our live audience, this is where we go to the good part. We're going to go now, we're going to have a look at the 21 content ideas that I personally believe everyone needs to be doing on an ongoing basis. So I have it on me all the time. I have my 21 things and I just go, yep. So if I do a video, it's about that. If I do a video, it's about that. If I do some content, it's about that. And all I do is make sure that everything that I'm putting together and gathering is according to these 21 content ideas. For those of you who are not part of our live audience, you can simply download it under free resources on the website, onlinebusinessmarketing.com.au. Go to free resources, go to social media content plan, and you'll be able to download it there. I am, before I leave you, just going to go over a 4-point structure, which I love to do, which is going to be like a little added bonus for you. But whenever you fulfill one of the things on the 21 ideas, I like to then go and answer these questions. Am I fulfilling the 4 most important thing that post needs to have? And I do this in my emails, I do it in my blogs, and I do it in my any written content that I put out. Number 1, you make sure that you have got a captivating headline that stops the right person from scrolling. Number 2 is I connect with their pain point and I show them I know them. I let them know you're feeling like this. I get it. You're feeling like that. Are you struggling with this? And the third part of it is why me, why this? So why me, why this? Why should they spend their money with you on this thing? So whether or not it's credibility, whether or not it's on success stories, you have to prove you and your thing. So for Alison, she has to prove kinesiology. You have to prove the modality. You've got to prove you. And the last one is a call to action. And a call to action, a lot of people think it means a hard sell. It's not a hard sell. It basically is the next step. Based on that thing that they've just read, what is the next step that you want them to take? Because if you don't give them a next step, they will consume your content and they will just go on to some other content to consume, as opposed to go to my free resource. I've just recently written a blog on this. So if they like it, give them somewhere else to go. Go and subscribe. Follow more stuff on Facebook. Join my email list. But give them that next step. And that next step could simply be to engage them. Write in the comments what you're struggling with. It could be a question, not even expecting an answer. It could be you could ask them a question and just leave it open-ended because you're engaging them in here. So even though they're not answering here, a lot of people think that engagement is only written in here. I don't believe that. I believe liking and commenting is egometrics. I believe that we're all so busy now, we don't like and comment to everything, but we're still engaged here. So engage them here. All right, so I'm going to go to our live audience. We're going to go over the 21 content ideas. If you'd like to be part of the live audience, you can do that by simply becoming one of our clients or joining the VIP Mastermind program.